I'll start recording. So if you're watching the replay, I'm telling the story on Bohemian Rhapsody. So I put this song on at home. I'm singing along to it, and you know the flow of the song. It's like several different songs in one, like changes a lot. My wife is looking at me cross-eyed. She's like, "Is this even a real song?" I'm like, "Babe, tell me you don't know this song." She's like, "I have never heard this song." She's like, "Furthermore, no one's heard this song." She's like, "Nobody knows." I'm like, "Babe, everybody knows this song." She's like, "Nobody knows this song." So not 1 week later, we're out with a bunch of friends at a bar. Sure enough, this song comes on. The whole bar is singing along. She straight up accuses me of flash mobbing her. She thinks I set up that thing, taught everybody this random song that nobody knows. And she's looking at me like, "You put them up to this." I'm like, "No, babe. Like, I promise everybody knows this song." So when you meet her, when you see her, please make fun of her for not knowing that Bohemian Rhapsody was a real song. Anyway, it's really, really a fun thing in our household now. She has learned that it actually is a real song that people know. But please make fun of her for me, for the good of my heart. I would appreciate that. With that said, I am going to mute myself and I am going to turn this over to Miss Kristina Watts.
Hello, good morning. Can y'all hear me? Yeah? Okay, because I have to tell you, I had a nightmare about this last night, Jim. Okay, I'm sure a dream therapist would love to unpack the fact that I could not sleep last night because us West Coasters, we know this is 6 a.m. So to look like this at 6 a.m. required some early wake up time. But I had a nightmare that I showed up to Jim's house because apparently today was his birthday in my dream, which is why I was going to take accountability call. And him and his whole family, Sonia, the kids, they were in the pool. They were drinking Mai Tais. Jim's like leaned up drinking a Mai Tai and he's like, "Hey, Watson." I'm like, "I'm here. I'm ready. I got a message." And he's like, "Okay, you know where my office is?" Well, apparently in my dream, the office was like through a valley, up a hill, through crazy places. And he put such a heavy weighted vest on me to get to his office that I was like crawling to try to get to his office to give this message because he required me to wear such a heavy weighted vest. So I made it, but I was 10 minutes late. And Giovanna was like, "I don't know where she is, but I think she's gonna show up." And so here I am. But that was horrible. And I don't know what a dream therapist would say about you drinking a Mai Tai, watching me with a weighted vest trying to get here.
I mean, it sounds like a great day, to be honest with you. I also don't like, do the calories you burn in a dream count? Because that sounded intense.
It
Like,
was
I feel like
intense.
you should get credit for that when you wake up.
That should count as one of my workouts. And it's fitting because my message for you today is the 6 lessons I have learned in 6 months of 75 hard. 6 months. Today, it marks day 191 of 75 hard. Now, I did not start 2025 thinking that I was going to do a year of 75 hard. I decided on January 1st to do 75 hard in the morning, like on a whim. Like I want a drastically different life in 2025. So I'm going to do 75 hard. Okay, I can do it. I hadn't eaten any junk food or anything yet that day. I was doing my first workout. I came home. I'm like, "Andrew, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do 75 hard." Well, that morphed into, man, I want such a different life in 2025. I'm going to do another one. I'm going to do another one. This is my third round. Okay, I'm on day whatever that is, day 40 of my third round of 75 hard consecutively. If you do not know what 75 hard is, I will tell you. It is every day without fail, 2 workouts, each of them 45 minutes. One of them has to be outside. Okay? Has to be outside. Rain, snow, whatever. I was walking in the snow in the winter, like in the hail, in the rain. This is Washington State. 2 workouts a day, non negotiable. A gallon of water a day, every day. Read 10 pages every day. Take a progress picture every day. No cheat meals every day. No alcohol every day. Stick to a diet every day or you fail. You miss even one thing. You drink even 1 ounce too little. You fail. You start over on day one. You don't get a pass. You don't get a grace period. You fail. It is relentless. But you will meet a different version of you after 75 days that you didn't know you could be. And I tell people all the time when they start, I am so excited to meet the version of you you are on day 75. I can't wait to meet who you are on day 75 because it changes you from the inside out. It has to, because it is you versus you every single day. You versus you. And I don't know about you, but I was sick of the me I was looking in the mirror on January 1st. Anyone ever look in the mirror and be sick of the version of them they're looking at, knowing they were made for more, they were meant for more, and this just can't be it? Because that's how I felt January 1st. I was made for more, I'm meant for more, and this cannot be it, sis. This is it. You're working your butt off, but was I really doing the right things? Was I really? So day one of 75 hard morphed into the second round, morphed into the third round, morphed into me saying, you know what? I'm just going to do the whole year. I am just going to do 365 hard every day of 2025. I am going to do these things. So now today on day 190, since January 1st, I have logged 380 workouts. 380 workouts. I've drank 190 gallons of water. I've read 15 books. I've taken 190 progress pictures. And I have made good choices. Okay, that's hard. And I'm sober. Sober for the whole year too, which I had already decided. So that's an easy thing for me. Being sober is not hard for me, though people look at you like you're crazy when you're sober. It's like so offensive to people when you tell them that you're sober. It's the weirdest thing. But also the most awesome thing. I feel great the morning of July 5th. Everyone else is hung over by the campfire and I ran 4 miles, right? So is it insane? Yes, because on top of that, I also committed to minimum 10,000 steps a day. So it's kind of like 3 workouts a day. Since January 1st, I have walked 2,272,970 steps, according to my Apple Watch. 2.7 million steps since January 1st. Why do I share this? Not because I think I'm better than anybody else, but because movement is movement. And my 6 lessons, number 1, if you want a drastically different life, you need to make drastically different moves. Period. If you want a drastically different life, it's not 1 more rep. Sure, compounded 1 more dial over 365 days will give you 365 additional dials. Whoop-dee-doo. Let's do something drastic. What if you're sitting there and you typically do 150 dials a week and you say, what if I go to 700? What if I do something drastic? What if I go from 10 leads to 30? What if I do something drastic to get a drastically different life? What if I go from spending $300 on recruiting to $1,000 on recruiting? I'll tell you what happens. It happened to Korean Kevin. You go from 7 writers to 19 writers when you do that. What if I make a drastically different move? How do you want your life to change? I do not believe in small changes. And I have found that about myself, and this might trigger the crap out of some of you. And let me tell you, when I came on the Pogue Huddle the first week of January and I shared that I'm drastically changing my life and I'm doing 75 hard and I'm making massive changes, it triggered a lot of people. That's not sustainable. Okay, well, 6 months in, what's your business and life look like and what's my business and life look like? Let's just be real, right? Because I have a 6-pack. I have a 6-pack, okay? Literally broke the internet when a picture of me paddleboarding last week and you could see my freaking 6-pack and my chest ripped. That's what happens. Turns out when you don't eat crap and you work out twice a day, you get a 6-pack. What do you know? What do you know? And never in my life thought I'd have a 6-pack just standing there. Turns out it's possible, okay? I'm dang proud of that 6. I'll show anybody my 6-pack. I'm like, yes, but look at my 6-pack, okay? Like, look at my muscles. I send Kate Schnitzer pictures all the time. She's my biggest fan for my muscles. Every time I post a picture, Kate Schnitzer is my biggest fan. She's like, shoulders, abs, arms. I'm like, yeah, girl, look at this. I am freaking ripped. Okay. If you want drastically different, do drastically different. Thank you. Look at that, Scott. 7% of Americans are millionaires and 0.04% have a six pack, baby. I am on my way to being a millionaire. Okay. I am more rare than a millionaire by a lot. Thanks, Scott. Needed that. Scott is my motivation with his six pack. Okay. So, number one, if you want a drastically different life, make a drastically different move. Period. Get really honest with yourself. Does your business and your life look like what you want it to look like? Because what happens if you do a little bit more and a little bit more, 10 more dials? I'm just going to do 10 more dials today. You're going to be burnt out because you're going to get approximately the same results with more effort. You're going to be burnt out. You can, in fact, quantum leap to a massively different life. Lesson number one. Lesson number two, the water does not get any easier to drink at 10 p.m. Last night, I had to drink 2 of these bad boys at 10 p.m. I had to drink 64 ounces of water at 10 p.m. And guess what? I got it done. Got it done in an hour and a half. I was up till 11:30 because I had to drink my water. You would think that 6 months in, I had mastered the water drinking. Turns out drinking a gallon of water is the hardest part of 75 hard. It is not the 2 workouts. It is drinking the dang water. Okay? 3 times last night, Jim. 3 times last night I got up to pee. Okay? And like Andrew, we will set a timer sometimes. We're like, I cannot believe how long I pee for. It is crazy. But the water does not get easier to drink when you procrastinate it. It gets harder. It gets a lot harder. The dials do not get easier to do when you procrastinate them. You still have to do the dials. Now you're just stressed because it's nighttime and nobody's answering. And it's 7 p.m. I'm going to try to get in dials because I said I was going to dial and I'm going to stop dialing at 8 o'clock. It does not get easier. Eat the frog. Do the hard thing first thing in the morning, because the days that I have my first one done before my first workout, because I immediately after accountability call do my first workout. And then I try to have my second one drank by 11 and my third one drank by 2 o'clock, which gives me the whole rest of the day to drink my fourth. Those are days I'm on fire. It does not get easier when you procrastinate. It might feel good in the moment because I don't want to drink water. I don't want to dial. I don't want to look in the mirror. I don't want to get on the scale. I don't want to do the things that are hard. They do not get easier when you procrastinate them, period. Stop procrastinating the thing that you need to do to check it off of your list to move towards the person you want to be. The workout does not get easier. I have done several workouts at midnight. Fun fact, I try not to make that happen. And you know what? I love when I have to do a midnight workout. I actually love it. I love 75 hard on a travel day. I love 75 hard on a day when the world is burning up around you, because that's when you prove what you're made of, that I am still committed to this goal, still committed to the goal. You should love getting to be an entrepreneur on the days when it's hardest. You get to be an entrepreneur, and it is hard. Being an entrepreneur is no joke, but that's when you get to prove what you're made of, that I don't want to show up, but here I am showing up. Do you think I've wanted to do this every day of the year? Y'all, I did this with the flu. I was vomiting my brains out and still completed 75 hard. I was outside in the sunshine throwing up and doing yoga and stretching in the sunshine for my outdoor workout. Where there is a will, there is a way. I don't care. Exactly. I don't care if you want to do it. An entrepreneur shows up and they do it, even on the hardest day, especially on the hardest day. It's when you get to shine. So the water does not get easier to drink. Drink the dang water. Do the dang dial. Number 3, routine is your best friend. It just is. Routine and discipline are your best friend. And this is coming from a girl who hated both, who came here and wanted to just work this business like a network marketing business around my family and around my schedule. No, Routine and discipline are your best friend. As soon as you can actually realize this is a job, baby, you're going to start to make some moves. That this business deserves the best of you. Because I can half-ass finish 75 hard at 10 p.m., or I can do it so focused and so well first thing in the day. Are you going to half-ass the things you need to do for your business, or are you going to give it the best of you? Because I'll be honest, there have been days in this 190 days where my workout, I'm like, I feel bad even counting that as a workout. That's questionable if I should even count that, right? There have been days where I show up for business and I'm like, that's questionable. Did I actually even just really show up, or was I halfway here? Be honest with yourself in that. Be honest with yourself. Routine and discipline will get you so far, because let me tell you, when I get my first workout done immediately after accountability, at noon, I go for my outdoor workout because it's 6 hours. I've logged 6 hours of work at that point. I'm going to give my brain a reset. I'm going to give my energy a reset. And then I sit down and I work for another 4 or 5 more hours. And I'm drinking my water all the way through there and I'm doing the things. I am unstoppable. It's when I fall off the routine that everything feels like the world is ending. And I'm 10 p.m. last night, still had to read my 10 pages, still had to drink 2 waters, still had to work. I was in there at 9:30 at night, walking on my walking pad, downing water, okay? But guess what? I got it done. Okay, the number 4 thing, you can do more, you can go further than you ever thought possible. You can do more than you ever thought possible. Did I ever think that for 190 days straight, I could do 2 workouts a day, every day without fail? Or how my body would feel? Believe me, there's lots of people who are so worried about how my body feels with this movement. Ain't nobody worried about how my body was moving when I weighed 275 pounds. And guess what? I couldn't move my body and I was in so much pain and my knees hurt and my hips hurt and my feet hurt and I didn't fit in the freaking airplane seat. But nobody was telling me, I'm so worried you're working out so much. But now I'm fit and healthy and I'm so worried that you're working out. Really? Where were you when I was about to have diabetes? Why weren't you worried then when I was on my way to heart attack and early death? You weren't worried then, but now I trigger you because you're not doing it. So now you're worried. I don't think you're worried. I think you're triggered. Just going to say it. Nobody is getting on here. Nobody was reaching out to me at 275 pounds telling me. They might have been thinking they were worried about how overweight I was, for sure. But nobody was like, I'm worried you're walking every day. That's a lot for a body to handle. Walking every day for 45 minutes is worrisome? We got a problem, sis. You should be walking at least 45 minutes every day. I'm more worried about your desk rot. Get up and move, right? But people will be triggered by your grit. Exactly, Giovanna. People will be triggered by your grit. You can do more than you ever thought possible. Ever. You can dial more than you ever thought possible. You can set more appointments than you ever thought possible. You can grow more than you ever thought was possible. It is inside of you. We put the limitation on ourselves. Oh, I can't do that. I'm running a freaking marathon November 16th. And guess what? I hate running. I hate it. But why not cap off 75 hard with a marathon? I mean, why not? Why not? 26.2 miles? Let's go. And I'm going to run that bad boy. And let me tell you, for the first time in my life, running feels good because my body doesn't hurt. So don't be worried about the girl over here moving their body, okay? But that was number 4, I think. You can go further and you can do more than you thought. Stop holding yourself small because of what the world says is normal. Stop holding yourself small because of what the world thinks is normal. Being overweight is normal. Being broke is normal. Being stressed is normal. Anxiety is normal. Fear is normal. Lack is normal. Oh, I'm just making it. That's normal. What's not normal is I'm actually thriving. I'm thriving. That triggers. And that leads to my next one. Small-minded people don't understand life-changing goals. Number 5, small-minded people don't understand life-changing goals. This last 2 weeks has been two of the hardest weeks of me and Andrew's life ever as parents, ever. The most heartbreaking, hardest. People probably don't, a few people know. If you know, you know. I've asked for prayers. It's been hard. Everything's going to be fine. But raising teenagers is not for the faint of heart. Okay? And I see the parents on there of teenagers. They're like, oh, yeah, oh my gosh, it is bad. All right? So freaking hard. For the first time all year, I've wanted to quit. And I was in the car the other day and I had so much to do still on 75 hard. And Andrew's like, just call it. You've proven a lot. Just be done. I wasn't going to quit, right? But I went on Instagram. I'm like, what do y'all think? Because I'm all about the engagement life. Like, I know people are going to respond to this. I'm like, what do you think, guys? Andrew just says I should be done. And let me tell you, the amount of people who came out of the woodwork with their worry and their concern telling me to quit, I think you should quit. This is a lot. This is a lot. You should quit. And let me also tell you this, not a single one of them have a life I would want, and not a single one of them were symmetry agents. My symmetry agent friends were like, do not quit. Do not quit. You are inspiring so many people. Do not quit. You keep going. Lisa Abusini sent me a Dutch Brothers gift card the next day. And she was like, I am so proud of you for not quitting. Do not quit. We are all watching. Do not quit. My friends with massive life-changing goals are like, do not quit. It is in you. It is in you. And then again, just like I think it was Giovanna said it early, smaller minded people that don't have big life-changing goals who are triggered by what I'm doing are like, just quit. It's like they want to see you quit because it normalizes the fact that they haven't worked out all year. Just quit. Just come to my side. Just quit that business. That business looks too hard. Just quit. Just quit. Do not look to the people who don't want the life, who don't have the life you want for advice. Right? Because it is my friends on this screen that were like, do not quit. It is in you. Kristina, do not quit. I'm going to listen to those friends. On the day you want to quit the business, it's the friends that tell you, do not quit. It is in you. I know this is hard, but you got this. I know this entrepreneur life is insane, but do not quit. Meanwhile, your cousin is like, they're hiring right down the street. Maybe you should just do that instead. No, no, we are not quitting. Okay? Align yourself with people who are doing bigger and better and crazier things than you are. On the days you want to quit, you don't go to the person who doesn't have goals. You go to the person who's changed their life and who has faced quitting and who's come out on the other side. It's one of the biggest things I've learned here. People who are triggered by big goals, by doing things like this, they are not the person who I'm going to go to for support at all, ever. Sometimes that's lonely because not many people are like, yeah, do 365s, do 365 hard. But a lot of you are. A lot of you are like, do not quit. Okay? Bonus one in here. It takes your whole family's support to change your life. This was not one of my 6, but I think it's important to say. It's been a commitment of Andrew Watts for me to be able to do this. The whole family knows. My kids know on my water. What water are you on, Mom? Mom, you need me to fill it up? What water are you on? How many do you have to go? Have you read yet today? Even last night, I tested my kids because I knew I was going to talk about this. I said, do you think Mommy should quit? Immediately, all 3 of them were like, no, why would you do that? And then all 3 of them, being kind, were like, well, I mean, you could quit if you want to, Mom, but you know you can do this. I'm like, yeah, I do know. I was just testing you. I'm not going to quit. Right? But all 3 of them were like, no, like we are bought in as a family to this goal. They are bringing me my water. They are watching me work out or working out with me, right? Andrew's got to hold down the fort an hour and a half every day. I'm out. I'm working out. He's holding down the fort. It takes your whole family to be bought in on your life-changing goals. If you don't have your family supporting you to change your life with this business, you need to sit down and have some conversations and include them on this journey with you. Include them. And the last one, we don't quit on a hard day. Do not quit on a hard day. That's when you want to quit, on a hard day. On the day when the world's blowing up around you, on the day when it's 10 p.m. and you still have to drink 64 ounces of water and do a workout and read 10 pages. That's when you want to quit, when it gets hard. That's when you do not quit. Make a pact to yourself. I have made a pact to myself. I will only quit and call this thing on a day when I've completed every item on my list already. On a day that I've completed every item I need to complete, I'll allow myself to have that thought. But I will never quit when it's looming over my head. And guess what happens? I check all the items on the list and I finish the day, and every single time I'm like, feel success. Even if it's midnight, check all those boxes, get the celebratory page. I'm in for one more, baby. I'm in for one more. I got life for one more day. I got life for one more day. Never quit in the middle of a hard day. Finish the day, finish it strong, do what you said you were going to do, and chances are your brain's going to be in a completely different place. Never quit on a hard day. Never quit on a hard month when maybe your business didn't do so well and your deposits look so great. That's not when you quit. That's when you lean in and get it done no matter what it takes. On a great month, do you want to quit? No. Go have a great month. Go have a great day doing the action items. That's another bonus one. Maybe I just had more than 6. I'm so sorry. Okay, just bear with me. That's another bonus one. What are the items you need to do every day to create your dream life? Make a checklist and knock those babies out that you know. Did I think reading 10 pages a day would lead to transformation? Maybe, right? Heads up, I didn't do 10 pages a day. I've done more like 20 to 30. But make the list and do them. It's the leading indicators. Jim talks about this all the time. Leading indicators, leading indicators, leading indicators. I did not know on January 1st that I'd be standing here on July 10th with a 6-pack. I'm so proud of my 6-pack, y'all. You have no clue. I did not know that I'd be standing here with a 6-pack. But I knew if I did those things, it would lead to a different version of me. We don't know what it's going to look like on the other side. But if you do those things day in, day out, the hard days, the sick days, the tired days, the stress days, the good days, the bad days, the days you want to quit, the days you feel alive, the days you think this is the best thing of your life, and the days that I literally was screaming out, why do I have to be so motivated? I have said that to my kids. Why do I have to be so motivated? Like, why can't I just be an average mom? Why can't I just be average or below average even? Why can't I just be okay being below average? My kids are like, because that's not who you are. Heads up, entrepreneurs in this room, that's not who you are. You are not here because you're below average. So stop accepting the mediocrity as if you were. Right? Go change your life. That's it. That's all I got. 365. I'm recommitting. I'm tired. But it's going to get better. Yeah.
I think my favorite running thing that we have in this group is that's all I've got after like completely upending people's entire worlds. Like that's all I got. That's my favorite thing that we do here. I'll tell you, I mean, you and I have talked a bit over these last couple of weeks on the raising teenager thing. And one thing that I have said over and over and over again that they can't seem to understand is I am never going to call you to normal. Dad, I want to have the normal college experience. What exactly is that? Rack up a ton of debt that's going to take you 40 years to pay off, party and graduate with a degree you probably won't ever use? Like that the norm? Like, no, I'm going to call you to a higher standard in every single area of your life. Do not ever think I'm calling you to normal. All my friends have it. That's the reason you don't.
Yeah. I don't actually care that your friends do that. We are not average in this family. Sorry.
No, you start telling me all your friends have it, that becomes the very thing you no longer can do.
Yep.
I love it.
1000%.
All right, I'm gonna open up these breakout rooms and we're gonna kick this thing off. Guys, it is my birthday tomorrow. Um, and
Oh
I'm
my gosh, see, my dream was not
it was
off.
not crazy off. No, it's not today, it's tomorrow. Your dream was not crazy off. If you go to 7-Eleven on 7-Eleven, which is my birthday, slushies for everybody for free on me. It's awesome. I pretend it's from me. But I'm gonna be on this call tomorrow because even on my birthday, there's not a place I'd rather be. Um, and I have asked Tasha Williamson to bring a message that she texted to me that was so powerful. For my birthday this year, I want to hear Tasha deliver that to this group. So I hope you will join me tomorrow. I can't wait to hear from her, and I can't wait to
Love
hear
it.
the value she brings. All right, breakout rooms are open. Let's rock and roll, y'all. All right, crew. Let's see what we got going on here. Pull up this screen and see what we got. All right, who's breaking something to get the results that they want? Trinity, I love that she puts in UW. So she gets kind of credit for putting in an app, but it's not in opt yet because it's in underwriting. And for those of you that are new, get in the habit of putting every single app into opt the day you write it. That is the right way. That is what you ought to do. I need to tell you that. Now, sometimes, especially if it's a really large app that you have low confidence it's going to issue, maybe in talking to your mentor, we'll have you hold off because Symmetry looks at issue rate. And if you put in a very large app that doesn't issue, it can affect the overall issue rate. So sometimes we'll be like, hey, hold off on that one until it approves. So Trinity's got one in underwriting and she didn't put it into opt because she kind of has low confidence it's going to go through and she might need to pivot off of that. All right, Hannah. I try to get people to do 300 dials in a week. And here's Hannah with over 300 dials in a day. You heard Kristina just recently. If you want drastic results, you have to take drastic action. And I've talked about it too under the terms of often don't tweak something, break something. If what you're doing isn't working at all, like you're not even close to where you want to be, then don't tweak something that's just not working. Freaking break something. Do something completely different. Not marginally different, not 1 degree different. Do something drastically different. For me, that was straight up voice messaging every single person in my phone to introduce myself as a life insurance broker because they didn't know me in that context. Leads were hard for me. I was having a really tough time converting leads. So I'm like, I gotta leverage warm market. I believe that if the people that know me, like me, trust me, happen to be in the market for life insurance, they're going to want to do business with me. I believe that. So I got to let them know I do life insurance. So sometimes it's not just tweaking something, it's breaking something. All right, Gabe, you're talking to people. You set a couple appointments this week. Look at that progress. Look at that progress. That's second base. We can tighten that ratio for sure, but that's progress. All right, Molly, on the phone a little bit. 38 dials, about an hour dialing, talk to 8 people, set 6 appointments. Look at that ratio. Talk to 8 people, set 6 appointments. That's really good stuff. Already this week, you've set as many appointments as you did last week, so you're going to set way more. That's going to filter down. You already have a couple apps. Love to see it. JT on the phone a little bit. I don't know why it's not adding up for, week 3. I don't know why week 3 total. All right, 162, talk to 16 people, 8 appointments set, 4 run. Man, you got closing down, JT. And you got an acceptable show rate and a good, I mean, really, it's just more activity. The ratios are falling in place. Tamara, getting some dials in, talked to 10 people, 6 appointments set, 4 run, got a small app. Mora on the phones now. Settled into her house, maybe settled in. I don't know where she's at in the moving process. Talked to 6 people. Megan, all right, out of the office a bit. Let's backlog some. I want to see some heavy dialing today and tomorrow. Talked to 7 people. Kurt was on the phone for a couple hours yesterday, set an appointment. Amy Tabor on the phone a bit, talked to 4 people, set 3 appointments, ran 1, got an app for 1,200. So consistent. Christine on the phone for about 3 hours. Talked to 4 people. That's our disconnect. We got a couple. We want Christine to get more people on the phone and then to talk to 31 people and come away with 1 appointment. There's a skill set issue there. There is a slowing down, helping them connect the dots, making a friend, connecting with people, not running away the first time that they give you any resistance. There's a lot of opportunity in here to tighten that. Corinne on the phones for a couple hours yesterday, talked to 4 people, set 3 appointments. Johnny, 17 dials, talked to 7 people, set a couple appointments, ran a couple, got an app for 1,000. And here he sits, halfway to his goal with a couple days left in the week. Jordan on the phone for about an hour and a half or so, talked to 9 people, set a couple appointments, ran a couple appointments. All right, Jordan. It's progress, man. Ace at 53 dials in a sitting, talked to 8 people. All right, Ace, so here you go. You've got 50 or you've talked to 50 people, no appointment set. So same thing I'm talking to Christine about is you're likely running away at the first hint of resistance, and you've got to learn to ask curious questions to keep them on the phone. Ask curious questions. Try to help them connect the dots between their initial request, no matter how long ago it was, and your call. Ask ChatGPT straight up. What are some good, curious questions I can ask on the phone as a salesperson to keep someone on the phone and raise their curiosity? Ask ChatGPT. Create that list. Practice them. All right, Kate, on the phone for about an hour yesterday, talked to 5 people. Laura, working warm market. Sarah on the phone for a little bit, talked to 6 people, set 4 appointments, ran a couple. Last week, so 6 and 3 this week. Sarah's a 50% close rate, which is fine. Last week put you in a little hole, which is why your close rate looks like it's got room for improvement, but it reverted back to normal this week, which shows me you probably are in for next week having a really, really good close ratio.
Both of those appointments, both of them are turning into resets, and we've got 1 appointment today to do a DFL, and the other one they're meeting next week.
Perfect. So to me, that's closed. That is even though it didn't go into op, you connected with people who recognize the problem, who are proceeding with a solution and working with you. I love that stuff. That's perfect, Sarah. Great job. Out of curiosity, who are you resetting to?
One of them's Lisa Abasini, one of them is Josh Ditar.
Perfect. Great. Love it. All right. Marcel on the phone for a bit, talked to 3 people, set an appointment. Kiara on the phone, 100, yeah, way to hit 100 in a sitting. Talked to 13 people, some callbacks, ran an appointment. Susan, 75 dials, talked to some people. 3 set, 2 run, got an app. Love that, Susan. Great job. Really great job. That puts you. We got to raise that bar, Susan. We got to raise that bar. You can't hit your goal halfway through the month and not expect me to raise that bar on you. All right, Cody, you got to show up this week. You got to show up this week. You're never going to build momentum. If you're here 1 week, gone 1 week, here 1 week, it doesn't build momentum that way. Fletch, where's your 100 dial day? I see you though. You're striking distance for a 300 dial week, and that's what I've called you to. So you're doing your thing. But 35 contacts, 3 appointment set. This is going to be that same thing. It's going to get lit straight up, guys. Probably my guess is none of y'all leverage Chat GPT the way you should. It is brilliant. If you are stuck in like, what can I ask clients to keep them on the phone? Ask ChatGPT. If you want a 10,000 foot overview on the difference between whole life and IUL, just ask ChatGPT. It knows everything. Everything. All right, Ernestine. 72 dials. Talked to one person, ran an appointment, got a small app in there. Need another app to stay halfway to that goal, Ernestine. So we're looking at today and tomorrow to get one more in. Lauren was on the phones, over 100 dials, set 5 appointments, ran 4. Close rates this month needs some tightening up there. Evan Brown's got to get his numbers in from yesterday. Ashley's on the phone a little bit, ran an appointment yesterday, got an app in. Great job. Great job, Ashley. That puts you really, really close to your goal. Liz sitting in that 50 dial place. Liz, we gotta figure out how to get in touch with people. Otherwise, you're going to burn out. You're going to really quickly start feeling like this dialing thing for hours a day, not even talking to, that's not even worth it. Like, yeah, that's just a human response. No one would fault you for feeling that way. I think we all would feel that way. So it becomes really, really your number one thing. How can I solve this problem before my spirit gives up? Before my spirit says, this isn't even freaking worth it. That becomes your number one thing. So much of this business is between our ears, protecting our mind, our heart, and our emotions, and staying in the game with this excited attitude. Nobody can stay in the game with an excited attitude if they're pouring hours and hours into something and seeing no results. No one's going to ask you to do that. So what I'm going to ask you to do is figure out what the disconnect is so you can start getting the results. All right. I'm in the Mac room. It's Thursday. We've got the Be a Better Builder call coming up in 15 minutes in the Mac room. We got deep dive with sales experts this afternoon. It's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great day. I'm here if y'all need me. My favorite agents are the ones that blow up my phone the most. You know this. If we've not talked this week, it's because you haven't tried. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.